But if I
Okay,
send it to
did
you,
you send me the link?
no, but I can. But then you'll definitely hear weird shit in the background. But
Yeah, I get that, but I just want to see if it works.
yeah, how do I chat you now?
It sucks because I went back and looked at what we did. Look at how many tabs you have opened on how to live stream.
I know.
Dude, that was me last night. Fuck.
There you go. Okay,
That's
sent you
funny.
that.
God, that was stressful. Okay, cool.
So now, I mean, now technically, so the let me see if I can. What is the URL? Okay, I have to leave that open. So
Huh?
many fucking things. It's hilarious.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I just closed the YouTube link. Come back to the Zoom. That works great though.
That works, but does can you? So I wanna send the song now. Make sure that that works. Although I guess if you're hearing the audio on the YouTube, then you'll hear anything that comes down it technically.
I should be able to go to Zoom and turn off the output in
Yeah,
Zoom.
but you don't want to.
Okay, I just closed the YouTube link. Come back to the Zoom.
Oh
That
yeah.
works great though.
Okay. Yeah, it's working. So then if I send them.
Oh, it's so weird seeing someone else's screen.
There is like a 30-second delay, I guess, between what we're doing here and what happens on YouTube, but that's not a big deal.
Doesn't matter. That's what I was saying today. It's like me and you and the audio. We're talking about everything in real time. It just gets to them in the past, or in the future,
Yeah.
or whatever.
But yeah, that seems. I'm watching the stream right now and it's working.
Doesn't matter. That's what I was saying today. It's like me and you and the audio. This also looks good, man. Like it looks good on YouTube.
Yeah, so I'm not like because I'm not sharing the screen capture like through Zoom anymore. It's
Exactly. It's not everything's not being downgraded.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's
yeah,
weird.
this is the way to do it for sure.
Yeah, and then I guess because I can. That's annoying.
It's kind of like whoever's doing the most. Like you're the one. Everything's being generated from your end. So
Yeah, it
I
makes
just
more sense because otherwise I'm sending it all to you to. It's just another. It's another step for the internet to handle that doesn't need to.
yeah. I mean, I knew that, but I just didn't want you to have to like learn OBS and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would work too. I mean, it's funny because actually, like, I'm still sending things out to the internet and then bringing them back through the internet to send to OBS audio wise,
Yeah, true.
which is weird. But like, I actually wonder if it was a sample rate thing. Like, did you? Because in OBS you actually can go. Um,
I know. I wondered about that too. Like if it was 44 or
because
something.
it defaults to 44 because I looked audio
Yeah,
and I just changed it to 48. But I don't know, like what would the
but it would have
Zoom?
been slowed down though, wouldn't it have?
But I find with between 44 and 48, often it just gets glitchy and weird. But every program handles it differently too.
But our audio was coming out of OBS fine.
Yeah,
Our talking.
yeah, exactly. That's why I wonder if it was like multiple sources trying
Yeah.
to play back. Whereas like I mean, if you use Finder or something to play it, it always just like converts whatever sample rate it is. But on my computer, I don't know if you find this on yours, but like probably not, because your computer probably controls your clock. Whatever Pro Tools or Logic says is the time, the Orion will clock to that. Whereas mine, I have to actually like physically switch the burl. So if I have Logic set to like 44 and the burl set to 96, the mouse is moving like it's so slow you could hardly move the mouse. The whole computer is like fighting itself.
The one other thing that is a potential way to try would be to run the audio mover stream through VLC too. Like VLC seems like that's another way to bring live stream audio into OBS. But again, then we're like adding another thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, what I would really like to be able to do would be,
play out of Pro Tools right into OBS.
yeah, exactly. Instead of having to go to the browser. But like when I saw,
I think you could do that. I think you can do that with like Loopback, maybe, like the software Loopback that's made by Rogue Amoeba.
Yeah, no, but maybe. But can you select any output you want from like a device? Because the problem was, if I could select Matty, like a Matty face thing in OBS, like I could create a.
Yeah, but it's all being right. We figured it was all 8 channels are being summed to 1 or something, right?
Something like that. Like I just couldn't. So yeah, it was the same thing as before. Whereas with the audio movers in Pro Tools, I can use Pro Tools to route however I want, and it ends up at one place, and then I can send that, and I can control faders in there, and it, you know. It just gave me more control. And also because Zoom is using 1 and 2, like for me to hear you, I have to use 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck.
So, I mean, it wasn't crazy complicated to set up. It was a bit complicated to set up. But now that it seems to be working, it's like, it's easy. And now I just know that everything, for me, like this channel, whatever is going to this channel in Pro Tools audio
is what's going to OBS, which is what's going to YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's nice.
And then you have control over the faders, and like you said, you could put effects on, you could put EQ on, or whatever.
Well, then you're just working in the world you know.
Exactly, and I'm not trying to mess around with the shit like because all of these programs like OBS and anything like this, it's trying to make things easy for people so they hit the button and it works. But for what we're doing, it's
too complex for the simple thing.
We need to be able to get under the hood, and it doesn't let us. And Pro Tools or Logic, they both allow you to do that. It's like using Photoshop instead of using iPhoto. I hate using iPhoto because it's like it hides everything from you, and I don't know where anything is.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, the audio is still a little bit glitchy, like your talking and stuff is, but I don't think we're gonna really get past that. It's not that annoying.
Wait, the talking. Are you listening to the YouTube stream or the Zoom?
No, just the Zoom feed.
Okay, because the Zoom feed, for what you're hearing, is unaffected by all of this.
No, I know. Yeah. But I went back and looked at our video, because I left that video up.
Yeah.
And it sucks that the audio didn't work because it's fully legible and you can follow along and our conversation is good.
I know. I watched part of it too, and I was like, "This is really interesting." And then you hit play, and it's like, I was like, "Fuck." I mean, who cares? But
I mean, I care because it would be nice. I'm just gonna probably take it down, but I was like, man, I could go back and just pull that audio, and I was like, oh man, I could fake the audio back up there, but yeah.
I mean, I care too, and I was thinking about it afterwards. I was like, well, it's a learning curve, and I think everybody understands that.
That's what I said to Button, and he's just like, first time out, man, not a worry. There's more than just one time to get it right. So
yeah, exactly, and we will.
I know, but I just was really wanted to kind of come out of the gate with the best live stream anyone has heard yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like you said, it was a good conversation, and I think it. Yeah.
But I think if everything was working, we would have engaged. I'm glad that Judith was just asking questions for you and stuff like that.
Who is that?
That
person?
Yeah. She's she's CBC, whatever, Canada Live, or is that what it's called?
Oh, cool.
She's the one that's got me on the CBC next week.
Oh, awesome. Well,
Um,
yeah, I think
she's awesome.
I also think like not having to worry about the technology side of it would make the conversation flow more easily too, you know.
For yeah, exactly. But I also think if like people were hearing what
Yeah,
they were supposed to be hearing, they would have been like, "Whoa, that does sound cool." Like, can you talk about? I don't
yeah,
know.
absolutely, absolutely.
Because like for the reality was we probably could have just like had a conversation. It would have been. I think it would have been better if we didn't have the stems and we just had a conversation and talked
Bec-
through the session. You know.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, given the fact that there was all like all those things, or having, you know, having somebody like with the mix with the master stuff. So those guys aren't worried about that because they're not in charge of it. It's like somebody else, like somebody from the mix with the masters side, is in charge of the streaming side, and the guys that are talking are just talking.
Yeah, and if it's not on them to deal with it. That's why it's funny because Judith is just like, "Whoa, you're like producing this and doing tech and blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fucking brutal."
yeah.
But I
That's
also
true.
think
That's
that
an interesting point of view because as a person who does broadcasting, you would understand all the different hats there are to wear
oh yeah,
to
she
actually
totally
make something exciting and fun to listen to.
yeah. But she stuck around and she said it was great, you know. And I got messages from a few people that were like, "Oh, that was really cool," you
Yeah, I
know.
did too. Actually, it was awesome.
So yeah, let's do it again for sure.
Yeah, and I think this is the probably the way to do it. Like, I mean,
I don't see why not. I also think I'll just stay. I would just like sit here,
yeah, and you're not hearing yourself. You're not hearing an echo now.
not hearing
I'm not.
myself.
I'm not
You
hearing.
sound great.
Yeah, I'm not hearing an echo. And then now, like we were saying, if someone's like, well, I mean, I could put a meter on this channel, you know, and that way, I can watch like, okay, like where's Jonas's level coming in? Where's my level? Where's the mix? And we can adjust those things because that's pretty low actually where I'm at. So I can
Hmm.
turn that up.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Then I think that I would just like
So I could be louder.
I would potentially just run Zoom on my phone, and then I could have the laptop muted in YouTube, and then I could be commenting
Right,
too.
right. I'm watching myself. It's funny. Like it is almost like exactly a 30-second delay. I'm watching myself put the durometer on. Are you watching the YouTube thing right now? I have it on my
No, I'm
laptop.
not. I turned it off because it's feedback on me. I couldn't bring it up though.
That doesn't matter. I have it open here. But I think that's good too. Like I think it would be good for us to understand, like to listen back and see. Okay, like our audio, each of us needs to be at a certain level.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's kind of what I was using everyone else to gauge
Yeah,
today.
which we don't want to have to do. Okay, so like if I put a plugin on myself, does that actually? Oh yeah. Okay, so it is working. Check, 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 check. Ah, cool. I wasn't sure if that would work in real time or not.
Did you see today that Ming asked a question, then he retracted it?
Was he there? I didn't actually see that he was there.
He was there, yeah.
Fucking guy. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool that Fear Stack stayed right till the end too.
Yeah, that is cool.
But I wish you could see who was watching, but it's also kind of nice that you don't know.
Yeah, you can only see who's commenting, I guess, eh?
Yeah, which is kind of nice because sometimes I feel like I've done like when you're doing those Instagram lives, you see people sign in, and then you're like, ah, they're watching. Damn it.
Yeah, you don't know who signed out. Okay,
I
so
wonder if there's a way for us to spin this into like a thing, Gav.
it'd be pretty cool. And also, like, if people sent their mixes to or their sessions, we could go like bring somebody else in and talk about them.
Yeah, and like exactly, that would be really cool. Like where we could almost like, you know, if you had the sessions and then you opened it up, and I could it's almost like I could interview
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could both interject and just chat with people.
and be like, why did you choose to do this? Because I think as both as producers too, then it's like that brings in our role as producers as like, oh, what was the decision here to do this? Or like that's cool. I think
Yeah, I
that's
think that
interesting
would.
conversation.
Yeah, I agree. That would be cool. Especially like we could take time. You take time with the song beforehand or whatever, and make a list of questions, and then it's not on the, yeah, not just on the producer. Just like okay, just talk about it. You know. That would
Yeah,
be.
for sure. And people like talking about the stuff. I mean, even like when I think it's like, well, we could do the same treatment like Ferrio's record, for instance, because like I engineered it and you mixed it,
Yeah.
or like Dylan's record. Um,
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I have all those things already.
You have them, but we can talk about them too.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice if we had, if it was something that was like, I don't know, this is, I have an audience, well, not a big audience, but like at least like some people that'll tune in because it's evening hymns, I think, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, I'm on obviously small scale, but it'd be nice if we got our hands on something
Well,
bigger.
yeah, it would also be fun to like try to loop in the BBC and do something like that with your ambient record. You know?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering with the next, like with My Drugs, My Dreams being the next single, like potentially if we don't have like an early premiere partner, like a pre-Friday premiere for it, like what if we did the premiere this way?
That's cool. And like maybe we try to loop in like tape op or something. I think we would need to. Uh, well, I don't know. I mean, just iron it out a little. Obviously.
100%. And I mean, like it's like I wouldn't want to even show them what we did as an example, but
No, that's what
um,
I mean. I guess like maybe iron. We could even just record one and work on it. You know.
yeah. Well, that's the other. I like the idea of it being live because it's nice. I think
I think it's
for us
better
to,
if it's live. Totally.
yeah.
I
So
meant
let's
more
just
like
do that.
record one, like make a fake,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
do it live, but it would just record it and send it to them as like an example of what it is.
yeah. But I think that would be cool. I don't see why we couldn't get a couple people to sponsor it. You know,
Yeah. I mean, don't
Mo,
even.
my project manager person, she's like, man, this is awesome. And she was just like, I dropped out after a while because the bass kept making my headphones click. Um,
Who
and
said
she's like,
that?
and Mo, like the woman that's doing all my working my record for me.
Oh yeah.
But she's like, it was really interesting, and like, I'm not a gear person, but I actually found it really, really great. She's like so stoked. She's like, I can't believe you brought this idea. I think this is like such a cool idea to bring to the table. So,
Cool.
um,
What the bass was making her headphones click.
I mean, I think it was the glitch thing was probably just like
Oh,
she
that's
probably
what she probably thought. Yeah, she probably
yeah.
thought that was. But if yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna put the stream back on. Well, here it'll be 30 seconds behind anyway.
I'm on YouTube right now.
Oh yeah, shit, my mic's on. Okay.
I think it was the glitch thing was probably just like
Oh, that's what she probably thought. Yeah. But if yeah, so. And then I think with this, if I got that, oh, there it goes. Yeah, it sounds awesome on the YouTube.
I think it was the glitch thing was probably just like
Oh, that's what she probably thought. Yeah. But if yeah, so. And then I think with this, if I got that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work great. Are you there still? I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Are you talking right now? Are you maybe muted or something?
Here, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Sorry, I was just trying to listen solely to the YouTube feed.
I just listened to it. It sounds great. I think what I would do, I would get that plugin that would mute my mic automatically, would mute this channel, so that every time I hit play, it wouldn't mute for you. Like you might hear the Zoom, like coming back through my mic to you, but it wouldn't go to the,
Yeah, to the feed.
yeah, to the feed exactly.
Um,
I mean, if I wanted to get crazy, what I could do is actually take this mic, take it from a different input, loop it back into. Yeah, that could work actually. Loop it back through RME into Zoom so that when I hit play, it would just mute that channel and then it would mute the Zoom mic too. That would work.
I mean, I'm gonna probably use my little sound devices interface for this and use a really nice microphone too.
Cool.
Now that I'm back in just the world of Zoom.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Then you and I are just on Zoom. All the audio that goes to them goes through here, and we can control it. Because
We're
actually,
both have nice microphones too. Then.
yeah, and listening. I mean, just listening to like I was just listening on my laptop speaker there on the YouTube feed, and actually kind of freaked me out how close I was to it. I didn't like it.
How close?
Like how close I sounded, like I was like. It just felt very present, whereas yours felt like a computer mic.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah, mine sounded like a podcasting mic, because I have this LA2A on it too, and which I could put on yours.
Well, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. You got it.
But yeah, see, this is smart because you're using Pro Tools, which you know well, to do all of your routing.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot more sense, because then you, like we were saying, you can just like actually control each thing, you know. Because I assume also probably there's like some, like, you know, most programs that are broadcasting like this have some kind of built-in limiter or something. But the more we can control, like I'm trying to get both of our vocals to hit like about the same place on the meters, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And they are now, but the mix is quite a bit louder. But that's okay too, because then it sounds better.
If we're both on nice mics though, and the audio feed's working great, then we're laughing. And if we can like do a nice test so we know that's working, then we can just roll, you know?
Yeah, and I think actually me having, well, if I had a webcam, that might be the best, but having one more little feed up here wouldn't be the worst. And could I make this, can I make it bigger? Like, or do we want to be seen more, or is that fine?
I think the most important part is for people to be able to see your screen, you know?
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I'm watching the YouTube feed here, and that's it. And I mean, actually, hold on a second.
No, I think the YouTube screen looks fantastic.
I'm just gonna stop the Zoom share for a second. Okay, but now you're huge. And if I click, then you're gone.
You got a really nice one.
I was pretty sad to be out of wine tonight, actually, because Sarah made a really amazing mushroom bourguignon. It was really fucking good.
Wow.
If I put you on gallery view, but I go here, I don't see you. So I guess I'm
watching right now. I'm on Zoom.
Yeah, I turned my share screen off for a second, but if I do that, it doesn't.
Oh no, I'm watching YouTube.
Yeah,
I can see your screen.
On YouTube, you can.
Oh, on YouTube, of course.
Yeah. Like I'm seeing a big version of you right now on the YouTube.
On Zoom?
On the YouTube. The problem is I can't figure out how to get you to stay on my screen. If I go back to Pro Tools, you disappear. Unless I share screen. The only reason to not share the screen is just to get rid of that little green bar that goes around, but who cares?
What I think you could do is you could probably mask that part of the screen and then bring just our heads. This is the thing I was trying to do, or I wanted to try and do in OBS, and just have our head. Then you can move our heads anywhere you wanted on the screen.
I couldn't figure out how to do any of that shit in OBS.
Well, you could do it.
Studio, isn't that look crazy?
Yeah, I know that happened to me a couple times on our broadcast today.
It's like, what? Yeah. But if you go back, I think it's fine. If I think
it's fine, man. Like the thing is with OBS, it's cool is that you can, like, when you're in studio mode, you can jump around and change scenes and stuff like that, right? Like the way I had like the Port Williams Sound logo up, and then it cut to like the video once we started and stuff.
Right. So you have like a preview, and then you have the program essentially, right?
All I was using on the sources is that I had my one screen that had the logo on it, and I just turned the eyeball off on it, and then the other one came forward.
How do you make multiple screens? So I would go like add a.
Yeah, you do another window capture.
Display capture, that was called? A window capture. Oh.
Yeah, and then I would name that Zoom, and then I go to, and then click down below it where it says window on the drop down menu.
Hold on, I gotta move. Yeah, window. Oh, okay, that's what I was doing wrong, because I had a display capture, so it's just capturing the whole thing.
Oh yeah, you can just Tom Petty recorded today. What's that? Oh, that's your desktop picture. Like, so that could be your, you know, like you could have that.
Oh shit, it's gone.
Beautiful.
That sucks.
Anyways, right at the bottom is Zoom item 0. You should be able to have that say Zoom, whatever our meeting ID is.
Okay.
And I was finding today in OBS, well, this is all going on while we were having our interview, is that wouldn't show our meeting unless I had not minimize, but not maximize the zoom. So I had to bring the zoom onto my screen and then have it not be full screen in order for the window capture to recognize the zoom.
So maybe it makes sense. Oops, no, I don't want to do that. So maybe it makes sense just to do this, what I have.
I think it looks fine.
Because then, I mean, otherwise, what else would you want? Do you need to see the play buttons and no, who cares?
No, you don't need to see the play. I think you need to think about, I mean, this is exactly like Mix with the Masters now.
Yeah, actually, in Mix with the Masters, do you ever get to see, you don't ever see the Pro Tools and the engineer anyway. Although I think it's nice to be able to see that.
Sometimes they have that little picture-in-picture thing.
Yeah, which I think actually is nice.
Yeah.
And then, so I guess in my case, it would have this, which is, well, I guess I could change it so that.
But you can move our heads wherever you want, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem, I guess the only issue is that there'll be 3 and one of them will be blank. Because this is my studio computer, I don't have a camera.
Well, that's your first problem.
Yeah, need a goddamn webcam. Although Dave, who I've been mixing with, suggested that he could maybe just give me a camera. Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I think this works pretty good.
I think it's awesome. It's definitely better than what I had going.
Well, then we don't have to worry. Like, then I'm just gonna, like, now that this is rolling, I would just forget about, the OBS, Zoom, everything, because especially if I could get that playback thing to mute my mic, because then I would never have to be fucking around with unmuting and muting shit,
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we should just do another round of I Can Only Be Good.
I'd be up for it.
Just not with lower expectations, because I don't think a lot of people would drop in again, but and just get right into it, just cut to the chase kind of.
Yeah, I mean, why not? And also,
because then we have another test run with this better setup, and then from there we'll be able to really fine tune things for when we go, into the next one.
Yeah, I think that could be cool, especially because, like I was saying, I think having the technology be invisible to you and I, so that we can just focus on doing a compelling show.
And the tech for them too. It's I don't even want them to even think about how is this possibly happening.
Yeah, no, exactly. And it seems like it's.
And then from there we'll be able to really fine tune things for when we go.
Yeah, I just turned my YouTube back on. It seems like it's all going. Especially because, like I was saying, I think having the technology be. I sound drunk, but maybe I'm a little bit drunk. I don't know.
It looks good.
I actually think it's funny. I actually think that your mic, even though my mic technically sounds better, I feel like I kind of
a bit more clarity with mine.
Yeah, but no, well, it's not even the clarity. I actually like the fact that there's some ambient sound to it. I think.
Yeah, because then it's less podcast.
Yeah. Although if we're both sort of podcast, then I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's really funny now that I'm working on this podcast, it's I'm trying to sound like it's a podcast, and it's so interesting that the way we listen to the CBC and all of these things dictates the way we think these things need to sound.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oyster's just in the background snorting away.
Snoring?
She's snorting. She was just so obsessed with that skunk today that.
Oh, no doubt.
Okay, let's see what happens. If I put the layer.
It's really funny now that I'm working on this podcast. It's I'm trying to sound like it's a podcast, and it's so interesting that.
Hello.
Well, that's gonna work. Just drinking wine.
There we go. Man, there goes.
What's on the feed then?
No, it's on my mic.
Oh yeah, but okay, but it's only appearing on YouTube. YouTube announcements. That's the way our show should be.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I probably should wear headphones because the reason we were hearing the echo on you would be that your Zoom is coming back onto my mic through the speakers.
Yeah, because you don't have headphones on right now.
No. Oh yeah, you can't see me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. Okay, this is awesome.
Yeah, I would be into going again, because then we could have then I would just pull the other one down.
Yeah.
And then we could actually like leave up this, and that way once we do this, My Drugs, My Dreams, and Pyrenees, then we'll have them all as like a little, I don't know, like a little archive set of the three things, and they'll all sound pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
And like if we get 10 people, maybe we'll get a bit more community engagement or something like that.
I think that's cool. And I mean, we can also just post saying like, thanks to people for attending the dress rehearsal. We had a few kinks to iron out, and we've ironed them out, and we're going to try again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe before we do that, I mean, if it's working on my laptop on YouTube here, I mean, it should be working for anybody that goes, right? Like, should I?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube looking at it right now. It looks awesome.
Like, should I get Sarah to watch it inside? No, it's the same.
It's the exact same thing.
So then I would just need, if we're gonna do it on the Evening Hymns page, I would need to log in, I guess, to YouTube. Or I mean, you could also, I mean, yeah, it's probably easiest if I just log in, but you could also just send me the streaming key.
Oh, dude, that would be great.
Although
there's three people watching right now.
It must be you and me, and then maybe my studio computer is watching or something. Although I don't think it is. Unless this like test thing counts as a watch. I don't know. Concurrent views 3. Analytics.
I'm gonna ask, who's there?
Stream health, excellent. Stream is healthy. 9:48. Okay.
I think it's cool.
I think probably it would. I think the best thing to do would be for you to just give me the login when we go live. I mean, you can change it. Just change the password for that day, so I don't fuck with your shit. But
it's Google, right? It's my whole thing. It's my living.
Yeah, I think it would make sense though for exiting will not end the stream if it is live. I don't want to exit the stream. Just so that, like, I would just be worried that if I'm using the stream key, well, we can test that out though. I would just be worried that if I'm using the stream key, like, is it then broadcasting to you and then you have to broadcast it live, and are we going to end up with the same shit?
No, it's not broadcasting to me. It's just broadcasting. If I log in and give you the stream key, it's just it's like right now you like.
Why don't we try?
YouTube,
yeah.
You want to try it on my Jonas Bonetta one or something?
Sure.